is Pat, 7 years old in grade 2. He likes to paint. He has a lot to say, and he likes to say it with color. Sometimes he draws with crayons. But best of all, he likes thick tempera paint. A few strong colors and black are all he needs to make a good picture. Pat is lucky because he has paints at home, and his little brothers like to paint too. Sandy is only 3. He just scribbles, mostly in circles which he calls wheels. But the main thing he gets out of the painting is the enormous satisfaction of controlling the beautiful wet paint. He's not very careful about mixing the colors. Pat explains that if you don't keep a separate brush for each color, the colors won't stay clear and bright. You don't dip too deep, and you wipe the extra drips on the jar. When Sandy gets older and has a little more practice, he'll name his scribbles. This is a car. Windows and rain. First you make it, then you name it. Another car. Roddy is nearly 5, and he has a lot to say too. His pictures are usually about himself. Me and a design. Me and Daddy washing the car. Me and Mummy washing the dishes. Roddy expresses in strong, rich colors what he feels about things he does. But he still has a lot to learn about paints. Pat explains that you must let one color dry before the next one is put over it. Pat has been through these stages. At 6, he painted figures clearly. Me carrying parcels. The size of each object depended on its importance to Pat. Red Riding Hood. He relived his favorite stories by painting them. His pictures weren't cluttered with detail. They said only what they were meant to say. My snowman has brown hair. Pat has learned a lot at school about making pictures, because his teacher is ready to help him express his thoughts and feelings. Of course, the first step in having real fun with pictures is to be properly equipped. If there are no easels, a large table does just as well. Newsprint is cheap, and the children like big sheets, at least 18 by 24 inches. The brushes are large, from 1/4 inch to 1 inch wide. They're kept with the bristles up so they'll dry straight. The teacher has arranged a set of 4 or 6 colors together in a box for each 2 children. Each color has its brush. Pat wears an apron to keep his clothes clean. And he has a paint cloth so that he can keep his hands and the table fairly clean. The teacher encourages them to paint about real things. Now Pat is interested in other things besides himself. He'll make a steam engine that he saw when he went to meet his father at the station. He chooses his colors by the way he feels. He uses more solid color areas now than he used to. There he is himself, watching. He felt very small beside the train. For a long time, Pat's pictures have had a baseline like this one. Now he makes a solid base and sky. He's beginning to see how everything fits together into one world. Pat wanted to paint the excitement of the station, but it didn't quite get onto the paper somehow. Maybe the teacher can help him. Perhaps the paint was too thin for the sky. This flat area is uninteresting. Let's see now. Make the sky thicker. Put something there. That's better. As Pat hangs it up to dry, his teacher admires it. Ann's is a time-lapse picture of a Thanksgiving turkey. In the pen, in the pot, and on the table. The black dots are wonderful smells floating around. Jane's is a fold-over picture, showing objects from different angles. You couldn't say which one was the best because they're all good. No teacher would give them any grades since each one says something different. A picture is decorative, but also it is much more than that. It is saying something in your own way, and because you say it yourself, it helps you to understand what you are painting about, and it makes you feel good.